Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to this lesson again. This is lesson 3. We were doing flexibility and we were supposed to continue onwards, and we did heavy versus light. We spoke about 4 reasons to be light. However, we will return to this topic later on. We saw the light version of Muslim and Muslimah shirts, and we had a little introduction to Qismun, which means type, and there are lots of things that we didn't do among those 7 reasons for a word to be Ma'rifa. Otherwise they are always Nakira. And we also spoke about Nakira is common, like it can mean anyone, but Ma'rifa is very specific, proper, definite. So I won't spend time on reviewing those because you have the video already. Let's continue, and today we will do some topic called flexibility, which honestly is not that important, but you have to know, because sometimes if we don't know, it may confuse us that I thought Rafa Nasab Jar was supposed to be like this. Okay, so we already learned that Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, how the sounds and combinations change when there is like change of the Arab. So Rafa makes it un, Nasab makes it an or a, and Jar makes it in or e. We did light, heavy. However, they are changing. Flexibility comes and says, well, there could be some places where they won't change. For example, flexible, you already know this. Fully flexible. There are 3 types of flexibility: fully flexible, non-flexible, and partly flexible. What we did is fully flexible. So you have Muslim, Kafir, everything. These words, they are like, they change with the Arab, and they are normal. That's why you see normal over here. So it's something that you have done. And there are Arab names in the 4 names of 4 prophets who are Arabs. So if you find their name, those names are actually flexible. That means they will give you the change of Arab in un, an, in forms, or they won't be ani because they are human, but their names will change. So Hud, Saleh, and Shu'aib alayhi salam, and all of them. And of course we know Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his name is mentioned 4 times as well. But regarding except him, these names will appear a lot of time in the Qur'an, especially when Allah talks about prophets. He generally goes, not all the time, but most of the times he would start from Nuh and move on up to Musa alayhi salam. So, and in those times there are these names showing up. So then you will be able to identify the Arab, and also 3-letter names or places. For example, Nuh. Nuh is not an Arab prophet. It's not an Arab name either. However, it will still give you Nuhun, Nuhan, Nuhin, because it consists of 3 letters, and yeah, that's it. Now this is the simple part. We already did this. What we didn't do is non-flexible and partly flexible. Non-flexible means even if it's Rafa, Nasab, Jar, it doesn't matter, the sound won't change. And this is especially true for these 2, Ism Mowsool and Ism Isharah, which we will do in this video inshallah. So no need to worry about those 2. And the first category is if it ends with an alif or an alif. This is also an alif actually. And so how will we understand? For example, you have the name Musa. Of course you know who that is, alayhi salam. His name is non-flexible. That means you will not find Musun, Musan, Musin. It will be Musa. So you have to look at the context to understand the Arab of that word. And same goes for Zakaria. You will not find Zakariyun, Zakariyin. Zakaria will be Zakaria. Does that mean I will always have an A? Well, you have to look at it, but the fact is these are non-Arab names, and also at the same time, no, this is not the fact that these are non-Arab names. The fact is that they end with an alif or this alif of this shape, marbuta. So you have Ism Mowsool and Ism Isharah, which we will do later. And what is the meaning of non-flexible? Same ending. That means the Rafa Nasab Jar version are the same. Alright. And of course this is only applicable for the singular one, because you won't have Musani, because Musa alayhi salam, there's only one Musa, so there's that. And this, we will discuss this when we go there after a few minutes, inshallah. And partly flexible is simply that will have, this is a little bit complicated because the rafa is u and the nasab is a, but the jar is also a, so no e sound. So Yusufa and Yusufu, Maryama and Maryamu, but you won't find Maryami. So that's why it's called partly. See, proper names of places. So Makkata, Makkatu. Hey, this is a three-letter place. Well, these are proper names of proper places, and some completely definite places, they will mostly be partly flexible. There are some exceptions, of course, which some three-letter spaces are fully flexible, but these are not so, like, you don't have to go crazy about it. You just need to know. If you see a place that has no e, but it's still saying that you have, why are we learning flexibility? Suppose you see Musa and you see Rafa, and you will be like, huh, I thought Rafa had a Dhamma, so it should be Musu. That's why we are learning flexibility, so that you can understand, oh, I see. So there's a change of flexibility, so you don't get confused. And feminine names and unique masculine names. All feminine names are partly flexible, and unique masculine names are also partly flexible. That means Omar, you will find Omarun and Omaran. You won't find Omarin. Same got Osman. So this is something we did. That's all. I think that's enough for you to not become shocked when you see the Arab of a Fatha sentence or Fatha ending or a Dhamma ending to be like Nasab or Jar, because you will understand that those are flexibility. Flexibility matters. Pronouns, very important topic on any language. So there are two types of pronoun in Arabic. Those are dependent and independent. And the Arabic terms which we'll be using is Damir al-Muttasil and Damir al-Munfasil. So Muttasil and Munfasil, easy to remember, right? And you will have to, because we will be using that. Now from this video onwards, I will read out some chars. You will have to memorize them. The bad news is, yes, you will have to memorize them. But the good news is, once you memorize these words that I'm about to give you by the will of Allah, you will find them so many times in the Quran that you'll be like, oh, there's not an ayah where I don't know the meaning of at least, almost no ayah that I don't know the meaning of at least one word. Like it will be something like this, or at least one fragment, you know. Especially pronouns, like you will find pronouns in almost every ayah, right? And it is hard to do a sentence without pronouns, especially in Arabic. So let's go and do this. So before I start explaining, these green ones that you see, these are actually Damir Munfasil. That means these are independent. What is independent? Independent means they are not attached to a word. They are by themselves. We will see examples, inshallah. But for now, just remember that they are independent. And dependent means these are attached to a word. So I will tell you the meaning later, but first let's see them. How are you supposed to memorize them? Mufrad, Musanna, Jama. I think you should know the meaning of these words. If you don't, please go back to video number 2. So huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu, huwa, he, huma, 2 of them, male, whom, all of them male, hiya, she, huma, 2 of them female, hunna, all of them female, anta, you, male, antuma, both of you, and antum, all of you, male, anti, you, it's a feminine, antuma, antuma can be same, huma can be same. Yes, you did notice it right, congratulations. Antunna, all of you female, ana, it's me, nahnu, yours truly, all of us. So these are the independent ones. You have to repeat it again and again. Huwa huma hum, ya huma hunna, angtuma angtum, angtuna antuna, ana nahnu, until you get this speed. And the attached one are very similar except some. For example, huwa becomes hu, huma is the same, hum, ha, huma, hunna. This one is different. Ka, kuma, kum, ki, kuma, kunna, ni or I, na. So let's go to the examples later. Let's do this first. Ism Mowsool. Ism Mowsool is some set of words. We will do a little details of Ism Mowsool later, but for an introduction, these are words that talk about something like gives you the answer, those who. So allazi, those who did this, that, or allati, those feminine who did this, and allati will, since it's the feminine word, it will also be used for objects, right? Allazani, allatani, allazina, and allati, allawati, and allai. So you will see these combinations. However, this is not the most common one, is allati, and actually the frequent ones in the Quran you probably heard allazi, allazina, and allati, right? Allazi. Oh, so that's what allazi means. Yeah, that's what it means. You have to memorize. These are very easy because you have heard it like 1,000 times. If you have been listening to Quran recitations, and if you didn't, say make a step forward right now and memorize. Ism Isharah are some ism that are used to point, and I call them pointers in English. You must have noticed that I used pointers. And by the way, all of these that we are doing, these are these, right? Pronouns, Ism pronouns we did, Ism Mowsool we did. Now we are doing Ism Isharah. So I hope you are not lost. And this is the last topic, so please pay attention. Ism Isharah has two types. It's not defined as two types. I'm telling you it is two types. One is for nearer objects, and the second one is for objects that are far away. So haza, hazani, haulai, hazihi, hazani, haulai. This, haza means this. So in the second ayah of Surah Al-Baqarah, you don't find hazal kitabu la raiba fi. What do you find? Zalikal kitabu la raiba fi. Zalika are far pointers, so something that is far away. That, zanika, ulaika. Oh, that's ulaika? I heard it so many times. Ulaika humul muhsinun or muflihun. Ulaika humul muflihun or something, you know. That's the word, ulaika. So tilka, zanika, ulaika. So these are Ism Isharah. These are for objects that are near, and these are objects for which are far away. It is important to pay attention which one Allah uses. If Allah is using haza, that means He is trying to tell you and me that this is near to you. And if He uses zalika or tilka or all these, then He is trying to say these are far from you. So interesting, we have now completed these, right? So we can now go ahead and green them out, right? All of them are done, but done understanding. You have to memorize them. I will post the next video like after 2 or 3 days maybe, inshallah, so that you can have time to memorize these completely and to heart, because these are words that will repeat so many times in the Quran. You will thank me, inshallah, for this later, but actually it is Allah who is teaching you through me maybe, but ultimately this is Allah's will that you are learning. So Quran time, and we have 13 minutes gone. So let's, without delays, we will try to look at heavy, light, and common, proper, this stuff, and if possible also flexibility. So Kul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. That's an ayah you almost recite every day, right? So what is an-nas? It has al, so it is definitely a ma'rifa, not nakira. Falamma ataha nudiya. Oh, see this. What is this? Ataha, right? This is a damir muttasil, not munfasil. So as you can see, already an ayah with a pronoun. But the previous ayah had no pronoun. Well, actually it had, because the fail has a pronoun inside it, but we will do fail later. Ya Musa. So not only Musa is Marifa because it's a proper name, but also it has Ya, right? So this is an ayah from Surah Maryam. Yarisuni wa yarisu min ali im Yaqub. Notice the A here. Yaqub is a partly flexible name, right? And waj'alhu rabbi radiya. So make it's a prayer actually made by Zakaria, so, alayhi salam, and it is he was saying that make him inherit from me and from the family of Yaqub, which is actually Ali, which the part is giving you the meaning family, and waj'alhu, make him Rabbi, to his master, Radiyan, pleasing. You use this word a lot, Radiyallahu anhu. That's what he's praying for. Make him someone who you are pleased with. You will find this in Surah Maryam. And then you have Wama tilka biyaminika ya Musa. These two ayats are from Surah Taha. Falamma ataha nudiya ya Musa. So when he came, he was called Ya Musa. It's an epic story which I did a lot of time. I did a story on this, story time. It's available in my channel. When Musa alayhi salam spoke to Allah for the first time. This is that story. Wama tilka biyaminika ya Musa. So after having a good conversation with Allah, Allah suddenly asked him, what is that on your right hand? Now notice it's tilka. This is an Ismul Isharah. Why tilka? Why not zalika? Because it's an object, right? In his hand there is an object, so it's tilka. And ka, what's that? Damir muttasil, right? Let me take you back there. This one, Damir muttasil. Okay. Ya Musa. Okay, done. Let's do more. Don't be scared. Don't worry. We'll be over within a flash, inshallah. Zalikal kitabu la raiba fi hudal lil muttaqin. Zalika, the one I have been talking about again and again. But now I don't have to tell you that the translation has something hidden, because you can now tell yourself, because Zalika means that. And clearly the meaning will not be this is the book, because the word for this is haza. You just memorized it, hopefully, and so that's how you can differentiate between the translation and the Arabic. Fihi, there's a pronoun over here, and I think you already know the meaning of this ayah. So let's move on to the next. Allazina yu'minuna bil ghaibi wa yuqimuna salata wa mimma razaqnahum yunfiqun. How many pronouns are here? First of all, you have an Ismul Isharah, Ism Mowsool Allazina, which is, like I told you how many times you will hear this. And then you have a pronoun over here, Razaqna, and a hidden pronouns which we'll do when we do fail. Then Ulaika ala hudam min rabbihim, a pronoun. Wa ulaika humul muflihun, hum, pronoun. What is this pronoun, by the way? This pronoun, what is this pronoun? Is it muttasil or munfasil? This is a munfasil pronoun, damir munfasil, because it is not attached to anything. These, him, whom, this is a whom also, razaqnahum, but it is attached to razaqna. So this is not a damir munfasil, but this is on its own. There is nothing attached to it. So this is a damir munfasil, and this is a muttasil. You have to differentiate it. Ulaika, ulaika. These are what? Ismul Isharah. Yes, correct. And if you're not correct, make istighfar. Innani ana Allah. Look, another damir munfasil. Now this is something I want to show you. Innani. Indeed, this ni here, you did it here, right? See, ni. So this is an attached pronoun. So indeed I. So if Allah said innani Allahu la ilaha illa ana, that would mean indeed I am Allah, there is no God except me. But Allah says innani ana Allah. Why the two ana? Because there is already a hidden ana here. Innani, indeed I. But Allah adds a separate damir munfasil. The damir muttasil is there, but Allah adds a damir munfasil to tell you indeed I, comma, I am Allah. And there is no doubt that there is no God to worship except me. La ilaha illa ana. That's right. Why is Allah putting so much emphasis? Because literally Musa alayhi salam got up there on the mountains and he saw a fire, and then some voice that he heard, that the voice is saying, Innani ana Allah, la ilaha illa ana fa'budni wa aqimi salata li zikri. And or enslave yourself to me, ni, another damir muttasil, wa aqimi salata li zikri. See how many damirs do you find in an ayah? So many. And not only that, you can now notice where Allah is putting emphasis on himself or something else. Innahu huwa samiul alim. Indeed he, he is the all-hearing, the all-listening. It is enough to say innahu samiun alimun. Done. Like there is in Surah Al-Araf, innahu samiun alimun. But innahu huwa samiul alim. Not only did he add the damir munfasil extra, but also the lam ta'li, and these are there. These are gems that you can now, you already have the ability to differentiate these things, and that's why you should be memorizing them. And this video has gone long, but I will continue this ayah. Wa imma yanza'annaka minash shaitani nazghun fastamiz billah innahu huwas samiul alim. The one I just spoke about, right? Innahu huwas samiul alim. In Araf you will find innahu samiyun alimun. No lam ta'li and no damir munfasil. So that place Allah is saying, indeed he is shaitan. Indeed, if there is a waswasa from shaitan, then seek refuge from Allah. He is the listener and the all-knowing and the knower. But here he says the same thing about shaitan, to ask refuge from Allah. However, he adds innahu huwas samiul alim, because that's another explanation. Because here Allah was actually talking about, how you should control your anger against jahil, or somebody who is against your religion and he is trying to thrash you apart. And that time, instead of having your ego, you're supposed to consider him as your friend. And that's when Allah uses innahu huwas samiul alim. So don't you dare forget that indeed he is the one who is the all listening and all knowing. Because this time someone needs to really have faith in this if he wants to cut off his pride. That's all for today. It has gone long enough, but the Quranic examples were worth mentioning. If you didn't memorize them, first memorize the words and then look at this part of the Quran time, and you will really be able to appreciate the grammatical things that you can extract yourself. You don't even need me to tell you now. You can extract yourself. And if you have questions, please let me know. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.